Hey guys, what's going on? It's Mike David here at Universal Mind, Body, Soul, and today I actually wanted to share with you a little bit about my backstory as to how and why I got into fitness. And so, for those of you who don't know, a long time ago, I got into the fitness industry at about 20 years old. But before that, I was a very skinny, very small, very underweight, skinny, unhealthy kid growing up. I wouldn't say I was unhealthy growing up, but I was a little bit more towards the unhealthier side when I was after high school. Or even in high school, I would say I was eating a lot more fast food and I was smoking. I was just doing a lot of unhealthy things. And then I got out of high school and I was partying and just doing a lot of unhealthy things that weren't obviously serving my highest good and whatnot. So, up until about age 20 when I actually started working out, I was pretty much a skinny kid. I think I weighed about $140, $150 growing up through high school. I know it's pretty hard to imagine when I look back at it now, but I had some confidence but low confidence. I didn't really believe in myself. I was bullied from time to time growing up and being unhealthy. I was smoking, like I mentioned, eating fast food, and I wanted to get healthier. I just didn't know which direction to kind of pursue. I wanted to quit smoking. That was a tough thing to quit. For a lot of people who still smoke today, like props to you for quitting and good on you for that. I had a hard time putting on muscle mass. Being underweight, I either had a high metabolism or I just didn't know how to eat properly and didn't know what I was doing in the gym and everything like that. The gyms kind of intimidated me back then because I didn't know what I was doing, like many people who have no clue, what the equipment does and what the machines do. So to kind of give you a little bit of some of the pains and the background behind that, I had low self-esteem. It caused me to have anxiety at one point, and I was very fearful. I was very self-conscious. And, it really affected a lot of my schoolwork. It affected a lot of my and belief system. And it really kind of held me back into wanting to go to college. And it just affected everything. When you're, made to kind of, or just kind of have that level of thinking where you feel like you're not good enough. You feel like you are lacking something, or you're fearful of the outcome, like what your limiting beliefs kind of really play a vital role with that. So, and one of the most conscious things that I remember as far as like what really got me into wanting to get into fitness and actually get healthier and actually become stronger, and both mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and everything like that, it was just kind of the wake up for me was when I was about 20 years old. I was out with friends at a bar one night, and long story short, I won't give you all the details, but I ran into a group of guys that I went to school with that I got bullied from time to time, and this was a couple of years after high school, obviously at 20 years old, and I ended up getting jumped by a bunch of them outside the bar, when I was out with some friends, and they got left inside the bar, and it was a huge mess and whatnot. And so from there, I realized that I needed to change my ways. I wasn't gonna, let my limiting beliefs and let my size and everything just kind of hold me back and let life kind of pass me by while I was just kind of stuck in my own mindset at the time, right? So I knew I needed to get healthier. I knew I needed to get fit. I knew I needed to kind of make some changes in my life, eat better, feel better, think better, all of it. And it all started with my physical health, which is why I'm excited to share with you today, kind of how I got stronger and get in shape, and kind of what kind of was the motivating factor for me. So, with that being said, I knew from that moment on that I was just not going to put up with mediocre anymore. I was not going to allow myself to just kind of coast. And, I knew that there was something more for me. And, I knew that I had to invest in myself. I knew I had to kind of take charge and not allow myself to feel this way, because I knew something was out of touch. I knew something was out of line, and I just didn't know what to do, or kind of had to get there. So I invested in a gym membership first and foremost, and I was fortunate enough to be training and be around some real good expert people who had a knowledge of the fitness industry very well that I was around at the time. And they had a lot of expert coaching. They gave me a lot of good expert coaching, and training and whatnot. And it was an asset to me. It was definitely something that I was able to grasp and get a firm grasp on. I learned as much as I could in the fitness industry, in the health niche, and my body was just also, like I was putting on some size and I was starting to see a lot of changes in my body and whatnot. But there was one thing that I couldn't shake, and my body was still getting used to the diet switch and the training, and it was hard on my body at the time because when you transition from eating junk food, fast food, and sugary drinks and things like that to just suddenly transitioning from that to healthy food, your body's going to become a little bit more sick and your immune system's going to be a little bit weaker because you just basically shocked your system and shocked your body into a healthier, more sustainable diet, right? So with that being said, my body was just not, it was always getting colds. I was always getting sick. I was constantly, getting the flu and infections and things like that. And it really slowed down my progress. I really didn't know what was going on because I was eating healthier. I was putting on more muscle, but I was constantly getting sick, so my lifestyle changes still needed to be adjusted. Fortunately, and this was many years after I started training. So fortunately, many years later, I came across a good opportunity to work with some holistic doctors at a naturopathic clinic while I was in college. And this really opened my eyes to a lot of different factors when it comes to the body, the anatomy, the immune system, of just how you absorb micro, macronutrients, and as to why my immune system was so down. And it was really the tip of the iceberg as to kind of like where my body was kind of heading. And it was a huge eye opener because I figured, hey, I'm eating healthy, I'm doing everything right. Why am I still getting sick? Why am I still not achieving the results that I really wanted to be? Even though I was still putting on muscle and feeling great and everything like that. Like that was still a big difference, but I still wasn't where I wanted to be. Like I said, my immune system was just down. And so that really helped to get a grasp on my body and my mind as far as to what I should be eating more of, what supplements I should be taking, because I was deficient in certain areas. I did all sorts of different testing, and like I said, it was a huge eye opener, a paradigm shift, if you will. With that being said, so it was one of those things that really kind of led me to wanting to further my goals once I discovered it a lot more. And it led me to competing in my first fitness competition a couple years later, the first and only one I ever did. And I ended up placing a win. I ended up getting in such great shape. I ended up placing a win out of like 20 to 25 different guys in my category. And that was a great sense of accomplishment. It was a great sense of awareness because I came from a place where I was feeling low and down and out and not feeling like I was reaching my full potential, to getting a sense of awareness and power and confidence that's why I'm excited to share with you, because basically I realized I want to help people even further, and if I can go into that with that kind of thinking as far as the limited beliefs and the fears and overcoming that, there is no reason why you cannot either. Okay. And I still try to constantly be learning and still try to constantly be growing and training hard and eating good, and it's all relevant to everything that you're taking in. And it's really all about a balance. It's really about living a balanced lifestyle, not so much even just what your food is like, but so much as like even the things you're reading, you're listening to and viewing and things like that. It all kind of plays a role as to how successful you're going to be. So I realized even further that like I really wanted to help people with similar situations or stories, and who's kind of been there, who's kind of had a little bit of a similar situation like I have kind of growing up, and want ready for positive changes in your life. So anyways, I just wanted to share that with you today. And if you have any type of similar situation that you would like to share, or you can kind of relate to, or something that you were maybe kind of looking to step out of your comfort zone and get into better shape, and maybe set some goals for yourself, hit me up. I'd love to hear from you. I would love to help you out with that. As an accountability coach, it's definitely something that I'm able to help you out with when it comes to goal setting. Even if you don't have any goals at the moment, you can DM me or you can hit me up, and I'll be able to help you out with that. So yeah, and if you would like, you can leave a comment below. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know, if there's something that maybe you're not sure of or you have a question. Feel free to leave a comment. I will also leave my free Facebook group down below in the caption there. And it's free to join. And yeah, otherwise, I will talk to you in the next video. Hope everyone is doing well. Take care. Thanks.